Strength through will is how we can reverse the perversion of values that have been instilled in you, in me, and all our brethren, insidiously through generations of ancestral oppression. Though it stood with as much superhuman endurance as anyone could, it left a deep impression. Invisible scars that have caused us to devolve into a state of unconsciousness so malignant, we've nearly forgotten we're not a problem to be solved. We always been the solution they seek to dissolve, with the illusion of ties that bind us to a system that blinds, of most vicious design, which is to free no man. Only together, through sharing of wisdom, can we heal the wounds of division, forever sealing that evil incision, and finally deprogram.
$91, school taxes. School bonds, $21. The county tax, $14.95. County bonds, $3.40. All right, fire service, all right, which is what you need that now, $7.72.
Hold on. Check this out. I want y'all to hear this. So you mean to tell me that you got to pay per, how often you pay that?
And once a year.
Okay. So you got to pay.
If I don't pay that, I can't get my van. I can't drive my van now.
I already know. So you telling me you got to pay the fire department. So basically they saying, if you don't pay this, not only are we not going to allow you to drive something you've already quote unquote paid for, but they saying we probably ain't gonna come put you, if your car ever catch on fire,
we might not come put it out.
we gonna come check our records.
See, you paid your property tax.
They gonna look it up. Oh, Mr. Collier, you ain't paid your taxes. Man, let it burn. That was for $7, less than $10.
$7.72. Now, public library. Now, I don't even go to the library, but I'm $5.44 go to the public library. All right, to the Riverbank Zoo. They got a big zoo here in Columbia. The 82 cents.
Okay.
All right, Midland Technical College. All right, Midland Tech. We got a big school here with Midland Tech. All right, $1.94. Mental health. All right, 44 cents. And then the city charged $20.44. Okay. Road maintenance and decal renewal, $51.
Hold on. So you mean to tell me you gotta pay all this, and then, well, we want you to get your decal. You gotta get a decal.
Now, let me tell you something.
Every year.
Now, let me tell you something. Columbia roads, is just like a dirt road. All right. And this is city. This is capital. This is capital South Carolina.
Hold on.
And I'm gonna tell you something. They got some rough.
Hold on. You said you in the capital of South Carolina with some dirt roads?
Man, the roads are not dirt road, but they pave, but they ride like you riding down the dirt road. That's how rough some of them is.
And y'all paying for the roads.
And we paying for maintenance on the roads and stuff. Yeah. You allowed to hit a pothole, you need to have your car lined every 6 months here in Columbia. You need to have it aligned.
We talked offline, and you told me you was a truck driver. So it's just like that in Tennessee. You done been through Chattanooga, so it's just like that in Tennessee, especially in Chattanooga. Hey, if you don't, every 6 months to a year, your car gonna be doing like this. You gonna be like,
if you don't know where them potholes, if you don't know, you got to know where them potholes are. Some of them deep ones, you got to know where they are, because if you hit them, man, I need to put suspensions. I need to put shocks and suspension on my car. That's why, as quick as this weather break, I'm going to put shocks and suspension on my car, and then take it back and have it relined. Yeah, because this road will eat your shocks and your suspension apart, man. It's rough, and everybody is paying this because I get 2 of these a year because I have 2 vehicles.
Hold up. So you got to pay that for each vehicle?
Each vehicle, and it's more or less on. It's more or less on each vehicle. Because I think my Chrysler is a 2008, but it costs me more to drive the Chrysler than it costs me to drive my van in 2010. So I'm really thinking about getting rid of my Chrysler, because when I look at this on my Chrysler, it'll be about $280. And my Chrysler is a 2008. This van right here is a 2010. Now, if I don't pay that, they go in my bank account and take my money. Plus, I can't drive because this includes your property taxes and your registration. This is property tax and registration all in one. Okay. If I don't pay that, they can go in my bank account and take my money. I can't drive after March the 31st. I'm in violation if I don't have this bill paid. All right. And every week I'm in violation. Well, not every week. Let's see. Yeah, every month I'm in violation. It costs me $75.
Hold up. So you have a $75 late fee?
Yes. They want you to pay this on time. Right. They want you to, I need to have this paid by the 31st, no later than the 1st of April. All right. Now, when the police pull up behind me and that sticker, see, my sticker runs out on my van the 31st of this month, and it's on that sticker back there on that license plate. All right.
Yeah.
And they can pull up behind me, and if I ain't got them new plates on by Thursday, 1st April, they can give me a ticket for expired license plates. Yeah, and I pay this on 2 vehicles. And if I wasn't old and disabled, I would have to also pay the same thing on the house.
So you a prime example of what older people be talking about when they get on TV and talk about how basically they work, you work in this system all your life, and then when you at the age of retirement, they hike the stuff up so high that you can't even keep it.
Well, yeah, some of the old people that still own their house and their house is more valuable than mine. The only reason why I'm not paying property taxes is my house is valued under $65,000. Okay, and I'm disabled. Now, if my house were $100,000 or more, I would still have to pay a percentage of property taxes. All right. Even though it wouldn't be much, because see, they don't exempt you from paying property taxes unless you go down there and file for exemption. I paid property taxes the first 2 years I was in this house because I didn't know about homestead exemption.
So what does it take to qualify for homestead exemption?
You have to be at least 65 years of age, all right, and disabled, all right. And if your house value is under 65,000, I believe, your house have to be under a certain value for them to give you homestead exemption where you don't have to pay property tax at all on your house. But now you will have to pay it on your vehicles and your boat and your motorcycle.
I'm gonna tell you what it sounds like to me. Sound like they making up for everything you don't pay on your house. They getting it to you on your car.
Yeah. So it cost me close to $500 a year to drive my two vehicles.
So they got a cold game. So it's like, we give you the. So correct me if I'm wrong. This how I'm processing it. If you wasn't disabled, we gonna work you till you die.
Yeah, if I wasn't disabled and under and over 65, well, at least 65, all right, then I would still have to pay property tax. That's why some people have to choose. They have to skim off of their medication and their food to pay them property taxes. See, so that's why a lot of old people, they don't drive anymore because it costs them too much to drive. It's a choice between driving and their medication. You know, so that's why a lot of old people, when they get a certain age, they give up their house and they move into some type of federal subsidized housing for elderly. Yeah.
Man, they got a cold game going on.
Yeah, because see, the newer your car is, the more property taxes you pay. Now, a lot of people paying a whole lot more property taxes than I am. These people got running around here in these this 2020 Chrysler, like mine, Chrysler 300. They're paying about $2,000 or $3,000 a year property taxes.
Hold up. So it's like they buying a new car every year.
Yeah. If you got a $60,000 car, you're probably paying about $2,500, close to $3,000 a year in property taxes on that car.
Hold up. So not only do you got to pay the $60,000 for the car, but to operate your $60,000 car, you got to pay $2,000 or $3,000 a year.
Yeah. Property taxes. Yeah.
So in 10 years, you done spent, after you done quote unquote paid. Let me ask you this. Do you have to pay property taxes on your car while you still paying on your car?
Yeah, they computerize that in your payments. Oh yeah.
Man, I'm gonna say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. The next person who quote unquote say America is the greatest country on earth, you only saying that because you don't understand, I'm gonna say this, what the hell is going on? Because
yeah, and see, they appraise your property. Now, here's one thing you can do. All right. You can have a state approved appraisal to come out and appraise your property. And if his appraisal is lower than their appraisal. Now you see right here on this thing, on this bill right here, where they appraise my van at. What is $5,600, something like that. See it? So you got appraisal fee. That appraisal fee, it's right here in the front. See right in there with my finger at?
Put it by your camera. So
see it now?
Go over some. Let me see.
See what?
Yeah. I see it right there. 56. Okay. 5,670. I see it.
All right. Now they make that appraisal. I don't make that appraisal. That's their appraisal. The appraisal could be less than that, but I have to prove it and then take it down there
Hey man, I'm so sick. I'm laughing to keep from crying because this is a shame, man.
Yeah, I have to prove that. Then take it down there and say, look, this is what a certified appraiser, state certified appraiser, said that this vehicle is worth, and you say it's worth this much. All right, I want you to reduce my property tax because it ain't worth much as you say it's worth.
So,
okay?
So what they gonna do? They gonna hit you on the high end. Your vehicle, say somebody's vehicle worth 12 to 1,500. They gonna say it's worth 3,000-4,000, so they can get more money at you.
They set their appraisal value on your vehicle, and then charge you points onto that. All right. Yeah. So my van, 5670, and I had it for 5 years, and I bought it used. All right. Now I paid $11,000 for that van. See, but anyway, that's just the way the system works. It works. The whole system in America is set of gifts to people.
Of course.
Yeah. Right now, if I wanted to add a room to my house, I'd have to get a permit from the city of Columbia to add a room onto my house. Now it's my house now, and it's paid for, but I have to get permission from them if I want to build another part on my house.
Hold on, man. Hold on. So you telling me that they say you bought your house and you gotta go say, hey sir, can I add on to my own house?
When you add on to your own house, then you have to get a builder's permit. All right. The person who's going to do the work, it's going to have to be a state certified contractor.
So even if you know how to do it, now we ain't gonna let you do it.
I can't. I really can't do it because I'm not state certified to do
but
it.
now I'm saying even if you physically know how to do it,
Yeah.
you can't do it because you're not certified.
Yeah, I have to get a permit, and since I'm not a contractor, they won't issue me a permit. You see, they got a lot of protocols you got to jump through. Then after you get it built, and a city inspector had to come out there and put his tape on everything and make sure everything is right before he sign off on it.
Okay, let's deal with something. It was a guy, I can't think of what state he was in, but it was a guy, he was actually living in the woods. Mm-hmm. And he built his own house with sticks, trees. He went from being homeless to building his own house. Mm-hmm. And they came and put him in jail. And what you just explained helped me realize why they put him in jail.
Yeah, so you got to have permission. You got to have permission to build a structure. Now, if he was on somebody else's property, if he didn't own that property, then you can't build on nobody else's property, because whatever you build on somebody else's property belongs to you, and you can do whatever you want with it.
It belongs to them.
No, not right. It belongs to them.
Okay.
Excuse me, the property owner. If you build something on somebody else's property, it belongs to them. All right. You in insurrection. So now
he was in the woods though.
But that property belonged to somebody. It didn't belong to him. A lot of property belongs to the state. See, the state don't pay property taxes. They don't pay property taxes. No, real property owners don't pay property taxes.
Say that again.
Real property owners don't pay property taxes. The state is a real property owner. They don't pay for property taxes.
And they hold what is called what we was talking about earlier.
They have the title, and you got the deed.
So they hold the origin. What is it called?
The certificate of origin. Yeah.
So in order to let me say this, and for all these people all these people checking this out, to own anything, you have, especially a house, you have to have in America the certificate of origin. I just want y'all to see that.
Yeah, if you don't have the certificate of origin, you don't have it, because that's the actual title to the property. It's the certificate of origin. Yeah. Now the city, if you look at the police cars, they said on their license plate it said permanent. That means they don't pay property taxes on that vehicle, but you pay property tax on yours.
So,
Okay.
so they do what the hell they want to do, and they
You look at the city equipment, all them city trucks and stuff like that. It's a permanent. All right, so they don't pay property taxes on the land that the state owns or the state vehicle. They don't pay no property taxes, but they real property owners.
Okay, let's switch gears for a minute, cause I believe you can answer this question, because I ain't never had really no older person on here to where I can ask them this question. How old are you? If you feel comfortable saying.
Okay.
So,
how old am I?
Yeah.
I'm 66. I born April the 25th, 1954, in a little small town off of Highway 176 called Holly Hills, South Carolina.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So you was around, because my mother, she's slightly younger than you. So you was around before desegregation.
Yes.
Do you remember what schooling was like before desegregation?
Well, I went to school in Cross, South Carolina. Now, Cross is a town that ain't got no stoplights. It ain't got no big shopping centers. It's just a crossroad.
Okay.
Okay, where Highway 311's in and Highway number 6 picks up.
Okay.
Right. And the school was out in the suburbs. It was Central High School. We was known, our team, football team and basketball team was the Trojan. Okay, Central High Trojans.
So all this was before desegregation.
This was before integration.
Okay. Okay.
It was a high school that was from 1 to 12.
So y'all could start in elementary and go all the way through high school at that one school.
At that one particular school.
Okay.
We had all Black teachers, men and women.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember going in the back of the store as a little boy. I remember being called a nigger as a little boy. Okay, I remember the colored water fountains, right? And there was very few places in Holly Hill or Moss Corner that would allow a Black person to use the restroom.
So you grew up close to Moncks Corner, South Carolina.
Yes. Used to go to Moncks Corner a lot.
Okay, so I don't know if you ever watched The Breakfast Club.
Yes.
So what's his name? Charlemagne.
Charlemagne is actually he's a lot younger than I am, and Charlemagne is actually my homeboy.
So you know Charlemagne?
Yeah, I know Charlemagne. I never met him, but we're from the same area. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So being that said, I'm gonna ask you this: do you think and when I mean we, blacks, were more together as a whole before desegregation?
Yes.
Or before they end the integration?
Yes. 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 In my opinion, desegregation should have never happened.
I agree.
Okay. Because we were more independent, and we had to be during segregation.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a stronger family bond. All right. There were less kids dropping out of high school. But back then, you had a choice. You go to school or work on the farm.
So
Many days you didn't go to school because you had to work on the farm, because you had to raise that crop in order to eat during the winter.
So back then, what I'm hearing you saying, sometimes you didn't go to school because you had to tend to your livelihood to survive.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. See, so you went to school as much as possible, if you could. You see, but now this time of year, all right, it was at the beginning of getting that crop in the ground. See, so this time of year, March is where you're cultivating. You're cultivating the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because you're gonna plant around the middle or the last of March, definitely by the 1st of April.
Okay.
You know, so you didn't get to go to school full time. See, now some kids did, because some kids' family were a little more well off than others. You see, yeah. I think segregation, integration spoiled us. All right, especially the education. It watered down our education, because you had a different teacher now. You didn't have them old teachers that would sit there and take time with you. Okay, sometimes they work with you after class, and they brought you home.
So what you telling me is they made sure you got the information that they were putting down.
They make sure you got the education that you was putting down. Miss Mazik was the meanest teacher that I ever known in my life in school. He was a black man. And when you was in his class, you better not turn around and talk to nobody beside you or behind you. He better not catch you eat no candy. Because sometimes we'd have a little piece of candy without slipping our mouth in the classroom. He didn't play that. And if he caught you, he had a strap made out of fan belt. Mm-hmm.
So he wasn't playing.
He wasn't playing. And he called you up there, all right, you're gonna get at least 5 or 7. And every time you snatch your hand back and make him miss, he add 1 to it. Okay.
I can think
and then if you make him miss too many times, he snatch you up. And he was a man. All right? And he put it around your legs and send you back to your desk. All right? But he taught arithmetic. Today we call it math.
Okay.
But back then we call it arithmetic. And when he was up at that board working out a problem and showing you how to do a problem, he wanted you to pay attention. And I understand, I didn't like him back then. But I saw that man coming down the hall, he on that side of the hall, all right, and I'm on that side of the hall, I'm moving over to the other side of the hall. Okay? But he told my butt up a couple of times. He read it in. He'd make you cry. I don't care how much you want it to be, when Miss Mazik got on to you. You gonna cry.
But
You know, you want to be strong. We don't want them girls to see us crying and stuff. You know what I mean?
But what he was teaching y'all, even at that age, he was teaching y'all how to respect, cause respect, he was like, I ain't finna let y'all come over here and just disrespect me, especially when I'm trying to help y'all.
Right. And how to count. It was very important to learn how to count. Because nowadays, these people will cheat you right in front of your eyes. Don't go in the store and acting all, I mean, they know you're high, they'll shortchange you.
Why wouldn't they?
Okay. So it's very good to count not only with a calculator or pencil and paper, but be able to do it in your head. You see. And so he didn't play. Back then, teachers would discipline you in school if you got out of line. And then they'll tell your mama, and then your mama would whip your butt. And then when daddy come home, if he wasn't too tired, he liable to jack you up. So the kids had more respect for themselves, one another, and the elderly. You said, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. You know, and we had less kids going to jail. We had less teenage girls getting pregnant. You know, and more students were graduating with a high school diploma, and they could read.
So they wasn't just passing them through, just saying, here go your little certificate.
No. They back then, a lot of kids, man, that were supposed to be in the 11th grade, someone was still in the 9th grade. Okay, they didn't mind holding you back. If you didn't pass that final examination, okay, if you didn't make at least a C on that final exam, they held you back. A D and a F didn't get no play. Yeah.
So I guess the reason I asked that question is because, for one, I'm gonna say this: I'm not against nobody being educated, but I'm against this. I'm against